Hi, my name is Juliette, and I'm here today to share with you a very cool tool I just came across recently. It's a tool for troubleshooting and becoming more familiar with what's going on in your Kubernetes ecosystem. It's great for debugging, it's great for learning. It's currently in beta. It's also free to sign up for an account at portal.kubevious.io. I hope you enjoy this brief introduction. Thanks. All you need to do to create a cluster is go to the Clusters tab here in your dashboard and click on Register Cluster. Give your cluster a name, choose a provider, or a location, sticking with the default, choosing testing, and provide a brief description and create your cluster. It's really that simple. So all you need to do to include Kubevious into your cluster is to actually just run the commands here that are provided for you on your system. It takes a few minutes. Once that is done, that's really it. That's all you need to do. You have two options to view your new cluster that you've registered. You could either click on the Open Browser tab here, or you can alternatively click on Browser in the left-hand tab and the dashboard UI. So here we go. Here is a new cluster that I have just registered. There are currently no resources on this cluster, so I'm not going to bore you with that. Let me dive in a little bit and show you a little example of some of the things at a high level of what Kubevious can do for you. Okay, so here's a cluster I have. It's pretty simple at this point. I don't have a whole lot going on here, but at least I have something. Right off the bat, you get like a brief overview of your resources on this page, which, okay, it was sticking a little bit there. It's pretty cool. You can see all your namespaces in your applications, pods, nodes, resource, how many CPU usage, RAM usage, cluster storage. And okay, so that gives you a brief overview. And if you would like to drill down deeper, see what's going on in your cluster, you can see that everything is separated by namespace in the browser. So that's pretty cool. There are error and warning signs wherever there may be wherever issues are occurring. I have some of my Kube system namespace, which I am not going to get to right now later. But this gives you an overall, just picture of what's going on in your clusters. So let me give you, let me drill down into a simple application. It's a CRUD application that I have deployed on my cluster. It's a simple CRUD MongoDB Node.js CRUD app. I just put up here for testing and sample purposes. So there's an error and there's a warning. Obviously, I'm concerned about the error and I want to see what's going on there. Could not find apps matching selectors, so my selector does not match the label on my note application. There are two ways you can troubleshoot this. Normally what I would do is go straight to my terminal and let's see. Oh, there's some typos in here. Let's see. So let's say get service note -o wide, and I'm looking at my selector here. It's choosing app equals notes, and here on the right hand side of my terminal, excuse me, you can see that my label is app equals note. So obviously that's incorrect. That's what I would normally do. But in the Kubevious web interface, it's telling you can drill into the service right here and view the config on the right. What I did is I clicked right here on this note right here, and you can see the manifest file is presented for you. If you would like to see it in a larger window, just click this tab right here. Let me get myself out of there, my face out of there. and there is your manifest file right there. This is a read-only application, but you can, there is the option to actually edit the file, which doesn't actually change what's on your cluster. So if I wanted to do that, let's say that like this was a much more complex application, there was a lot going on, and I had to make several changes and fix several errors. And if you wanted, an alternative way of changing your manifest file without having to go into your terminal first via Vim, etc., I could just do it here. And then once I have made my edits, I've only had to do one here, but I have the option to download it. So that's pretty cool, and then you could upload it to a cluster if you want to. But in this case, that's not what I'm going to do because it's just one little thing I had to fix. Or you could copy and paste it alternatively. Yeah, so that's pretty cool, especially like I said, if you have a lot going on and you have like, ginormous, really long, manifest files. Right now, I'm just going to edit my service just because that's what I normally would do, but Kubevious would save you the time of having to do this. Oh. So once you've made any changes, it takes a few minutes to propagate to the portal, but the changes will be reflected. Let's make sure that my application is working. There it is. Okay, so I will, like I mentioned, the error that you see here should be gone after I make this fix. Let's see what happens. Okay, so here is a really cool feature that I have just discovered. So I made a simple change to my note service so that the selector would match the label of my pod deployment, or my pod that's deployed, excuse me. So here we go. This is prior to my change where I had the error and the warning. Down here, there's a change history tab. So I haven't made, well, I've only made one change so far. This is, on the top here, this is the original state where I had the error. And if you see, I click on, well, we are there currently, so you see that the error is there. And if you go to the alerts tab, it says could not find apps matching selector. I'm going to go back to change history, and here's where I made my change. As you can see, the one is turned to a 0. I don't have any warning or error anymore because I've made the change and I've corrected the mistake. So if you look back up at the namespace note, you notice that the error and the warning they're no longer there. So that's pretty cool. And let's go back to the alerts tab. So it basically updated it as no alerts for selected object. So once things get really complicated and you have a lot going on, I could see how this would be really useful. You could drill down and maybe maybe you want to go back as you make many changes as time goes on. You want to go back in time and see where you made mistakes or where you didn't, or maybe you made a new mistake and you want to go back and see what you had done when things were working properly. Yeah, very, very useful. And this is just a brief introduction. I am looking forward to learning more about this tool. And as I do, I hope to create more videos, and I hope you enjoy. Thank you. Bye.